Okay, let's turn to our second fake. Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes. This is not only a patriotic form of greeting Ukrainians, the slogan has also become a symbol of the international support for Ukraine in its fight against the Russian aggression. That is why the Russian propagandists are desperately trying to discredit our patriotic greeting, calling it Nazi slogan and Banderite slogan. Where did it really come from? Next in our story. Ukraine is here. Ukraine is Europe. Glory to Ukraine.
The slogan "Glory to Ukraine" from the mouth of the German Chancellor angered the Russians. This is how Olaf Scholz greeted Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy in Berlin on May the 15th. Russian Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova immediately wrote about the poor education of Western elites, who do not hesitate to shout the Nazi greeting.
The poor education of Western allies does not absolve them of responsibility. Glory to Ukraine. This slogan is a Nazi chant that was adopted as an official greeting of the Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists in 1939. Later, a gesture was added in the form of raising a strengthened right hand and shouting back, "Glory to heroes." This is how Banderite's collaborators saluted Wehrmacht unit when they entered the occupied lands.
Russian propaganda is once again distorting history. The Organization of Ukrainian Nationalists and the Ukrainian Insurgent Army waged war against both the Soviet Army and the Wehrmacht. But the slogan "Glory to Ukraine" appeared long before these organizations were created. Historian of the Ukrainian national movement Yuri Yuzich writes,
The slogan "Glory to Ukraine" and the response "Glory" throughout the land were used among the Kharkiv Ukrainian student community in the late 19th century. It became widespread during the Ukrainian Revolution in 1917 and 1921.
And in 2018, the Verkhovna Rada adopted amendments to the Charter of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, and the slogan "Glory to Ukraine, glory to heroes" became the official greeting of our army, which since Soviet times used the same greeting as the Russian army. However, it was Russia that made our patriotic slogan famous all over the world. Foreign leaders now often use it as a sign of support for Ukraine in its fight against the aggressor.
Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini! Slava Ukraini!
Slava Ukraine! Slava Ukraine!
Slava Ukraini!
Ukraine is still independent and free.
So, Marco, I don't quite understand this fake, frankly speaking, so please help me. Was it created because Russians do still believe in the Nazism in Ukraine, but because they start to doubt it?
Oh, this is a good one. The Russians have invested heavily in the Slava Ukraini, or Ukraine as a Nazi, disinformation narrative. I've been tracking this since 2019, and if you were to do a Google search in 2019, Ukraine is Nazi, you would receive about 9.5 million results. In 2022, that number went up to 58 million. This is part of their investment into disinformation to try and change the narrative that everyone thinks Ukraine is somehow a Nazi, somehow in any imaginable way connected to Nazis or neo-Nazis. We know that a lot of this has been done for so long that even Western journalists have caught up on it because they use the tools that everyone else does, like Google and other search engines. But this one for me is really interesting because of the amount of time, energy, resources they put into creating this narrative. In one song, all of the leaders of the free world, of Europe and Canada and the United States, all have said Slava Ukraini, and it's just beautiful to watch their investment burn up in smoke because it has absolutely nothing to do with reality.
Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Latest news, trends and analytics on Spotlight Ukraine. Like, share and subscribe.